Hey friends, and welcome to my channel. Today we are planning out the week of December 2nd through the 8th using this Caress Press Bookshop kit. It was a mystery kit and I am using it with the foil it came with. I am planning in my Caress Press inserts. My rings planner is from Aura Estelle. I get my scripts foiled from Plana Hannah, who you can save 15% with the code Rosey15 and get my freebie. And I believe that's most of the gist of the base, at least. If you are new here, hi, welcome. My name's Rosey, and if you are returning, welcome back. I hope you all have been doing okay. It's been a rough one for me. That last voiceover was recorded on Thursday. I'm recording this voiceover on the next Monday, and you'll be seeing this video on Thursday. And I had just been living in a depression hole. And this Play With Me isn't exactly gonna be a fun one to go over either. I've been kind of putting off doing this voiceover because talking about certain things isn't fun, but there's no avoiding it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about the situation now. On the Tuesday of this week, my uncle Ray went into the hospital. They originally thought it was pancreatitis, I want to say is what it was. Not that it matters now in hindsight. And while he was in the hospital, he tripped and fell and hit his head. And then he was suffering kidney damage, to the point that we would know he would need dialysis for the rest of his life. And then the next thing we knew, he was gone, all in less than a span of 24 hours. It is really shocking. This is the first person in my family we have lost that is not a grandparent or our grandparents' age. This is the first aunt or uncle loss we've experienced, and it was just so sudden, and especially since he went into the hospital for something that wasn't this. I don't know. So that did happen this week, which kind of just brings the whole mood down on this spread, because it's kind of the thing my eye focuses on most, since it obviously dictated a lot of my feelings this week. And then the following week was his funeral, which, spoiler alert, I did not attend. I watched the pets so my mom and my dad could go. So now that we have that delightful news out of the way, also this week we did get our first dusting of snow. It felt so fitting that it came on the 2nd of December, right as we were getting into the holiday season. Even though I may be the Grinch, it did kick off the mood and maybe had me thinking that this holiday season wouldn't be so bad. And then the next day was the day my uncle went to the hospital, so reality just put me right back down in my Grinchy place and was like, yeah, right, you think you're gonna have fun during the holidays. I did get some reading done this week. I debated for a long time about making this kit my Christmas kit, because I knew I was getting a Kindle and a bunch of Kindle accessories for Christmas. I've mentioned it before. My previous Kindle I bought in summer of 2019, June or July of 2019. And she was on her last leg. Sometimes I couldn't get it to turn on. It was a nightmare having to download a book. Once a book was downloaded, it was fine. But the battery would only last a couple days. So regardless, I debated using this for Christmas. Ultimately, I decided not to just use another kit that you'll see in a couple weeks and use this for the first week of the holidays, because this kit felt more like the beginning of holiday shopping and getting cozy and getting your house together and enjoying it, like the coziness of the holidays. It just, I don't know. I like how both the spreads turn out. I don't regret using this one to start the season. It would have been a pretty actual Christmas week too, but I like to usually use 2 traditional kits, so I usually put one at the front of the month and then one the actual week of Christmas. So this is the one we started with, and I did primarily stick, like I said, with the foil bundle that came with it. The foil I used from Planet Hannah. Oh boy. Not me forgetting the name of it. I want to say it's a green color, like a hunter green, but I'll pull it up here as we're talking about it. Also, if you can hear the washer in the background, I am washing clothes right now. My faucet is also dripping because it is only 16 degrees outside at the moment. And as always, Lucy and Olivia are living their best lives. And so you might hear them in the background. Lucy's currently sitting on the couch. Yes, the scripts are in hunter green. It just matched that dark green so well on Thursday. And since Hannah doesn't have nobody has a foil that matches the, it's not gold hollow. I just can never keep it, remember what all the different shops name their foils, Pixie Gold or whatever SPC names it. Nobody has an exact foil that matches that, so I couldn't do my scripts in it. Anything that people have that's similar is more orangey, and I didn't feel like it would work, so I just went with the green. It was a good choice. I feel like it blends well enough. It almost looks black, but it is green, as you will see. I did go ahead and just do a little hack with this tall box to incorporate them both. I don't know. I wasn't really into showing fashion people in this kit. I just really wanted it to be about the books and reading, because it was something that did take over the last quarter of my year. I mean, I've always been a reader, but it just increased tenfold. Yeah. I guess I could talk about what books I read, huh? This week I finished reading Broken Fae and started reading Warrior Fae, which is part of a spin-off series from the Zodiac Academy called Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac. I've mentioned this previously, so if you've heard it before, I'm sorry, but I didn't love the first 2 books. I wasn't so sure if the journey was going to be worth it. It was totally worth it. The character development and how that is tying in to Zodiac Academy. I am now on book 7 of that series. It was worth pausing to read them. So I read books 1, 2, and 3 of the Zodiac Academy, paused, read the entire series of Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac, and now I'm finishing the Zodiac Academy. It has been such an immersive world, and the way the book series have tied together, it is just so well done, and it is feeding my soul. And of course, this week, Real Time Onyx Storm comes out. I'm going to finish reading everything in the Zodiac Academy world, just since I'm so into it right now. And if you read fantasy, you'll probably understand. It's sometimes hard to switch between series because of the way the different worlds work and the magic systems and all that kind of stuff can get confusing. So as soon as I finish the Zodiac Academy, I am going to reread Fourth Wing and Iron Flame before jumping into Onyx Storm, since it has been over a year, almost a year and a half, since I've read both of those. So if you've read Onyx Storm, no spoilers, but you can let me know if you liked it or hated it. But no spoilers, please. would appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, this was also the week that I think very few of you are going to care about this, but I was very emotional over this. This was also the week that Notre Dame had its grand reopening since the fire that took place on April 15th, 2019. Yes, I have the date memorized. It helps that it's the same date that the Titanic sank, but it also helps that it's the year I went to Europe. But it finally had its grand reopening, and that cathedral, she's sparkly. She is shining. Because not only did they have to go in and obviously clean out all the ash and dust and debris and clean the entire cathedral because of all the fire stuff, but the cathedral hadn't been cleaned or restored in over 160 years. So they got a chance to go in and to fully restore everything. And they also had to clean all of the marble and the bricks, because where they had to install new materials, you could see the difference in color. So nobody in living day has seen this cathedral sparkle like it is now. And I am just thankful that everybody that worked on stopping the fires was safe, and that they were able to save as much of it as they did, and that she is reopened. It's pretty crazy because I went there right after it initially burned, and then I was there last summer, so just a few months before the grand reopening, and seeing the progress in person from still the scaffolding being burned. I was there like 2, maybe 3 weeks after the fire. It was short. So they hadn't even started touching it yet. So seeing it in its absolute ruin to seeing it almost at the point of opening, I can't describe it. I already know I need to go back to Paris one day because I need to see the inside of Notre Dame. Like, it is on my bucket list. And I'm obviously going to have to go back to Disneyland Paris when they finish the Lion King land. I could care less about the Frozen land. Controversial, I know. I don't think every Disney theme park needs a Frozen land. That might be a hot take, but it's a little overrated at this point and kind of like shoved down the Disney community's throat. The only park that will not have a Frozen land, or that hasn't had one announced yet, is Shanghai. So, it's a lot. But here is the wiggle of the base. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the day by day. So Monday, December 2nd, my Plan With Me for Music Lover went up. I will link it in the eye in the top right hand corner up above. That was the week I went to see something corporate. This is also the week that I started posting 2 videos a week to try to play catch up. This Monday I also got to sleep in. Lucky me, who doesn't love sleeping in. And then I did some editing on my computer, again, probably trying to catch up on Playing With Me's and all that. My mom had been staying at my house previously, and this Monday was the day she went home. Moving into the second half of Monday, the first thing I did was plan. I probably finished up the previous week, and then I played some Dreamlight Valley. I also put some pink and purple in my hair this day, which is ironic because I did the same thing today. And then this was the day that we got our first snow of this winter season. So I just cut a little snowflake out of one of the headers I wasn't going to use, like the straight across ones, and used it there. Moving into Tuesday, December 3rd, the first thing I did this morning was my makeup, and then I went to work. This day I was just super frustrated with work. Welcome to the holiday season in retail. If you heard that knock, I just banged my hand against the table. I'm sorry. Then I just used a stethoscope to mark my uncle being in the hospital. I had to run some errands this day after work, so I just put that in. I played some Dreamlight Valley, which I'm currently in a rut of, so somebody give me some inspiration. When they do a bunch of updates back to back, it overwhelms me and like freezes me in the ability to play the game. And that's what's kind of happened in the last like month and a half. Moving into Wednesday the 4th, the first thing I put in was some angel wings from RoseyPlans. Most of the doodles I am using are from RoseyPlans. If not, I think they're from Scribble Prints Co. for the most part. I see one once warm with love, but you can always ask down below if you're curious. But yeah, I use the angel wings to mark my uncle passing away. And then I did my makeup and went to work. He passed early in the morning, but I didn't know until I was at work. And it was on my first break I found out, and I could not get it together. So I ended up leaving work early because I just was hysterical. I don't know if it was I was in shock. This isn't an uncle that I'm particularly close with. It's not like I'm not close with him, but I'm closer with other uncles, but I just couldn't keep it together. So I left work early and I basically got home and just napped. And this was one of those naps that lasted for hours. And then I woke up right after my nap to an order of new pillows that I had placed, I want to say during maybe Black Friday, Cyber Monday. That seems so quick, but maybe not. No, I guess Cyber Monday would have been this Monday. Either way, I got new pillows, all that to say, and then I played some Dreamlight Valley. Moving into Thursday, December 5th, this week, the Dark Shines Playing With Me went up. Again, it'll be linked in the eye up above. Such a pretty spread. Even though it's older art and an older kit, I still love the way that one turned out. This day I got to sleep in, and then I just had a lazy day and played some Dreamlight Valley. I just needed some comfort movies, so I watched The Devil Wears Prada because we'd been talking about it a lot at work recently. And then I took another depression nap and watched Twilight because you know what girl doesn't love some Twilight. Moving into Friday, December 6th, it was payday, everyone's favorite day, so I just used a little foiled icon from the foil bundle since I didn't have any piggy banks that matched in my collection. And then I did my makeup and went to work. This day was the day that I finished reading Broken Fae, and that, I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? That book that you'll see eventually is from Scribble Prints Co. I'm not sure if that one was the one that came as like in the doodles with the kit or if it was from my own collection. Those are some of my favorite book stickers that exist though. Then I took a nap and played some Dreamlight Valley. I watched Subservience. I couldn't even tell you what it was about. No idea. No recollection. So that this day, Olivia needed a bath, aka she had a poopy accident. Those are never fun, but I survived with no scratches, so that is always a win. And then I myself took a bath just to get warm and to relax. Ooh, my laundry is done. I gotta switch it over to the dryer when we're done with this voiceover. Moving into Saturday, December 7th, I started my morning by playing some Dreamlight Valley. I started reading Warrior Fae this day, which is really exciting. And then I did some planning. I want to say I put the base to this kit down or I got scripts in. Not fully sure. Either way, I planned. And then, I watched that documentary, Glitter and Greed, the Lisa Frank story, which was really interesting and was not at all what I was fully expecting it. If you didn't watch it, you should. This day I had a FaceTime date with Keaton, who I haven't talked to since, but I love Keaton. We still keep in touch. And then I watched Brave. And of course, I had to put in that Notre Dame was reopened because it was just such a big historical event for my art history loving heart. Moving into Sunday, December 8th, the first thing I did was some laundry. Probably my bedding, maybe my clothes laundry too, but I wash my bed every Sunday. I just used something from the foil bundle. These colors were kind of difficult to match this week, not gonna lie. Then I played some Dreamlight Valley, and this day I did tidy up my house some. And then I did my makeup, and I went to work, and then this day I did work late. And when I work late, I have a really hard time winding down. I come home pretty wired and it takes me a long time, so I ended up taking a bath this night, which meant I was probably listening to the audiobook. I might have also been reading it on my Kindle simultaneously, but we were in the bath enjoying some book time. Here's a close-up of the second half of the week. The way that sparkles under like the ring light is so gorgeous. As always, I will have I've been really good about filming kit leftovers again. Somebody DM'd me and asked me to start including them again, especially when I use kits from shops that I don't frequently use. So I have been better about that. Now, as I was saying before, I will have the font I used for this spread linked down below in case you want it. And then these scripts are a custom multi from Plannahannah in Hunter Green. I do format my scripts myself and still buy them through Hannah just because I'm super picky. I like changing the font. I like formatting them to be specifically to my boxes the way I want them to be, whether that be it needs to be on 2 lines or 1 line or whatever. So I format them myself, which I do have a video on how I make my own scripts, so I can link that as well if you are curious. And then I don't know what that gasp was. And then I buy a custom multi and send it off to Hannah. And I have been doing this now for a while, and it has completely changed planning. Scripts in general changed planning for me as somebody that has atrocious handwriting, and it's not going to get any better. Being left-handed makes it a little bit harder because some pens don't dry instantly too. But yes, here is the spread all finished and the final zoomed out wiggle. The quote in the top left-hand corner says just one more chapter. That's going to bring us to our final. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you are new here and haven't hit that red subscribe button, please do. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. I'd be happy to get back to you. Give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out as a small part-time content creator. If you are struggling, my DMs are open for you on Instagram. It is RoseyPlans. Like it is here. You are not alone. You are wonderful, you are beautiful, you are loved, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Bye, friends.